morning, everyone. How you doing? Good afternoon, or wherever you are in the world. I'm glad that you came by today to see another Push to Dream show. And today we have a gentleman here, and we've been knowing each other for a long time. For is at least about 5 or 6 years. When it comes, and I met him at a business conference, and he is definitely in the financial world and industry, somewhere where all of us really, really need to get more educated on, right? And his name was Orlando Darden. So Junior, I'm sorry, Mr. Junior.
That's okay. It's all the same.
You're a junior.
It's all the same.
So what I'm going to do first, as I normally do on the show, is introduce him, with our little video that we always do at the beginning of our show. And let me tell you something. Get your pen, pad, paper, pencil, whatever. He was giving so many nuggets about getting business credit for your businesses to look. I got a sheet full already before we even got started with this show. I'm telling you, so get something to write with, get your recording devices, whatever you use, because he's going to give you some information that's going to help you. And look, a lot of you don't have to lie anymore on the PPP loans, about the PPP loans. Stop doing that, first of all. You don't have to lie.
Give that up.
Give it up and do this thing legit and get your business the funding that it needs. And not only that, there's an opportunity that he want to tell you about for those that may be interested, but he really want to tell you how to scale your business up. This is a time now for entrepreneurs to just really, really scale up. And like, you and I were talking, Orlando, this company, look, it gives you, it'll help your business scale. Okay. And it's not the qualifying requirements is really, it's unreal. I mean, seriously, and it's a legit business too. But he's going to talk to you about the financial industry because he's been in it for over how many years? 30?
Up to 30 years.
Up to 30 years. So
up to 30 years.
Yeah, up to 30 years. So he know his stuff when it comes down to finances. And we just thank you, Orlando, for even taking the time out from your busy schedule. And I know you and your wife probably want to do, have things to do today, but we appreciate you for being here. Thank you, sir.
Well, let's say it like this, Sandy. It's an honor to be on your show, and it's an honor to speak to people. Every day I wake up, I thank God for not only another day of life, but I ask God, how can I serve? So this is very much in the line of what I look forward to do.
And
being on your show and serving is not a sacrifice. It's a fulfilling of what it is I ask to do every single day.
Wonderful.
How can I serve?
Yeah, well, thank you so much. Now, you know what? And that's what we like to do as entrepreneurs. We like to serve. And when we have a passion for what we do, we tend to serve people in excellence, and we add value to their lives. So thank you. So we're going to begin right now and let you guys hear a little bit about Orlando. Orlando.
That was slick, Sandy.
Yeah. Good. Now you see, I'm getting my chair comfortable. I'm getting everything comfortable. I have my water here in case I need it. Now, all right, let's go. Let's go. Continue to talk about.
Open up that can, Sandy. Open up that can of questions.
First of all,
yes.
Just give us your background in the financial arena, and just like all of the things that just kind of open us up to let us know who you are before we begin on talking about this subject that everyone needs to know about, and that's our finances. So when we can leave legacies, people, this is all about legacy. This Push to Dream show is all about helping us leave legacies, hearing from other people that have been there, done that. Okay, all righty, go ahead.
Fantastic, Sandy. Thanks a lot. Again, Orlando Darden. I reign from the Washington D.C. area. I'm a Washingtonian. I'm currently broadcasting from Madeira, Madeira, Portugal. It's an island that is off the mainland of Portugal. It's 1,000 miles west of Portugal and 500 miles north of Morocco. So I'm literally here with my family, sitting in the middle on a beautiful paradise island in the Atlantic Ocean. So it certainly is a blessing and a fulfillment of a dream to be able to work remotely. COVID certainly has allowed us to make new decisions, decide how we want to live our life. The internet has allowed us to be anywhere in the world. I'm speaking to Sandy in Georgia from over 5,000 miles away. And so I feel very fortunate because of this. And I'm able to help and serve clients, and she's able to reach out to her business partners, such as myself, to share wisdom and resources with her community. Yes. Financial services, I've been in for, again, 30 years. Just the highlights of what I've been an investment manager. I started off in commercial banking with Citibank. I was a bank branch manager for a few years. From there, and even before then, I was a real estate agent, where you got listings for people who wanted to sell their home, and you also help people to purchase homes. In other words, help to get them to the home that they were looking to purchase and deal with the financing and all that kind of stuff. From commercial banking, I went up to New York and worked for a couple of major Wall Street firms, Chase Manhattan, not JP Morgan Chase, right, not Chase Chemical, for those people who remember, but the original Chase Manhattan Bank. And I was in their private client group. And basically what we did there was, as a securities licensed advisor, I worked with people who were entrepreneurs, successful people in business. They had a lot of money. They were busy just shuttling it into their accounts, their checking accounts or whatever. I even had some very noted people that, for privacy reasons, even though years later I can't talk about who they were as my clients, but my goal and my role and how we served was to help provide advice on better money management for even people who have a lot of money. They're busy making money, but they didn't have the time to really say, hey, I've got over $2 million sitting in my checking account earning 2% interest. How can I improve that? So that was an opportunity. It taught me about entrepreneurship, in the sense of entrepreneurs are busy hustling, building their businesses. And as they get successful, they make a lot of money, but they may not know how they want to, allocate it so that they can get a better return and also keep it safe. That was something that I was doing a lot of as I work with Chase. Eventually, I moved over to Merrill Lynch down in the Wall Street area, and there I'm working with a higher net worth client. These clients' average portfolio was either $500,000 or $1 million or more in assets, and you basically, as a securities licensed registered investment advisor, I would help them to manage their money, understand what their risk tolerance was, and manage their money according to what their goals were. I also was involved in a company where I was not only in sales, but I was also in management for a financial software company. The financial software basically helped people in the estate planning arena to help calculate how individuals' estate needs to be distributed, not only for tax purposes, but also for income generation. I did that probably for about a couple of years. From there, I opened up my own franchise practice it was formerly American Express Financial Advisors. It's now known as Ameriprise Advisors. And basically what I was doing there was I was a financial planner. What is a financial planner? A financial planner is a professional who sits down with the client and says, okay, you have cash, you have investments, you have insurance, you have insurance needs. And basically what we're doing is we're helping them to coordinate and optimize how these particular investments work for them. Make sure that if they want to retire in 10 or 15 years, that we encourage an investment plan. In other words, that they systematically invest or lump sum invest, however they can best do it. From there, make sure you have adequate insurance, especially if you have a family. The worst thing you can do is to die and not have your family protected in the lifestyle that they were accustomed to. So make sure that they had adequate insurance. Estate planning. Estate planning is basically making sure that you had a will in place so that your will could be carried out instead of probate court's will being carried out in your behalf, which is expensive and may end up in a lot of discord with your family. Uh, and from there, cash management. What are your discretionary expenses? Making sure you had adequate expenses available. Cash flow better to take care of those expenses, including emergency expenses there. So I did that. I helped create a financial plan, sat down with clients to do that. I ran that firm for about 3 years before they're going into insurance, life insurance. That was more of a focus. Instead of dealing with the securities, I was helping clients understand the power of insurance, understand how insurance is not just only a death benefit, but it's also a living benefit. If you want to create a retirement tax-free income, you can do that through certain types of insurance policies. If you want to, you know about that, Sandy, because we were kind of connected on that.
Yeah.
If you want to, let's say borrow money from your insurance policy, let's say as a business owner. Business owners don't realize that. People such as Ray Kroc, and I forget some of the other entrepreneurs, when they did not have money, they had cash value life insurance that they were able to borrow against that allowed them to start their enterprises that they are now today. Life insurance so the thing I like to always make sure people understand is life insurance is not about dying and never seeing the benefit. I mean, even though we do want to make sure we leave a legacy for those people that we leave behind, but also realizing that there's some current tax advantage benefits by having life insurance. Again, if you're a business owner and you built up sufficient cash, you could use it as a tool to leverage against a loan for you to fund your business.
Exactly.
So there's that opportunity. So I did that, I think, for about 3 or 4 years. And after that, I got into commercial real estate lending, dealing with real estate investors, basically helping them to source debt equity so that they could finance, whether it's purchasing apartment buildings, rehabbing buildings, or whatever. And I did that for about a couple of years. And then from there, if my memory serves me correctly, there's some areas in between. I've had other businesses. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I'm a serial entrepreneur because
you were moving up the ladder as you go.
Yeah, exactly. I was moving up the ladder to pursue other interests, and then also I was pulled by other, business partners to consider other opportunities.
And they saw the value in you, so that's why.
Well, thank you, thank you. The value and the passion. Thank you, Sandy. Another one of the companies that I represent now, fundmyhome.org. It's a company based out of Boca Raton, Florida. It's been around since 2017. What they uniquely do, and I like to align myself with businesses and partnerships that serve the public in a unique way. Fund My Home is unique in the sense that to our knowledge, there's no other company in the United States that offers non-repayable down payment and closing cost assistance grants to help purchasers to purchase homes. What we also have done recently is we offer that same non-repayable grant to help those who wish to acquire commercial real estate. One of the big barriers to whether it's residential purchases or commercial purchases is the ability to have the down payment. Wow. We help to solve that problem in many instances there. So,
so I'll have to speak with you about the beauty school, and now you
will not only have to speak with me, but we're going to take care of you. And the thing that's great about this organization is that the things that typically trip people up, credit, low, squeezed debt to income ratio. In other words, too much debt based on their income, credit issues, let's say, just having the down payment. We know those have been barriers to helping homeowners to be able to, let's say purchasers to become homeowners. So we put in programs in place to help, in most instances, resolve those concerns, those issues. So that's something that I'm very proud and passionate about, and serve people in that capacity. Another business that I work with is where I help real estate investors in particular to find ways through offering essential services on their properties that they could make additional cash flows by making their properties unique, offering top-rated services, essential services to their properties. That could be everything from energy that they offer, internet, mobile phones, things of that nature. I'm a direct distributor of a company that's global that allows us to connect with the top brands in the world and offer essential services. I really customize this towards real estate investors because, again, real estate investors are looking, how can I improve the value of my property? How can I earn additional income off my property? I help them through our essential service suite, to understand how they can install those in their properties, add value to not only their tenants or potential purchasers, but also generate a reoccurring residual income, something that I'm very passionate about. Again, I come from the world where we used to teach people how to put enough money in an investment, in a stock, and hopefully over time, the stock will perform and give them a certain level of income. I'm now moving away from that philosophy fundamentally because I'm a believer more so in creating residual income. This is nothing new. It's the only thing new about it is the conversation is being had more often. Most wealthy people created residual income. What's residual income? That's passive income that's coming to you as a result of a system that you built over time. Many real estate investors, for example, have owned many properties. Anything above the expenses it costs to maintain the property, is there a free cash flow? And so that, in a sense, would serve as residual income. Investments can create a type of residual income. Artists who have shows or books or whatever it is that they have, once they finish producing, they've created a system that every time their work is accessed, used, or whatever, they get a royalty or residual income from that. So what we're now trying to do is to make sure that the average person understands that they too have some really good vehicles to access creating residual income. Again, passive income, whether you work or not, it's always coming in, that they can do and they need to do as a more reliable source of income over the long term. We're living longer. Stock market is not going to be nearly reliable as it might have been years ago, and you need something that you can depend on better. So I'm really teaching people on and exposing them to opportunities to create residual income.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess the last point I'll make until, Sandy, you can definitely throw in some questions, is right now, to be current, I am with one of my other businesses is a company, David Allen Capital. What we are is we are the answer to 80% of the business owners in America who have tried to go to their bank to get working capital for their business and were denied either because they didn't have collateral or some other factors. What we do, and I'll just highlight very briefly, is we're in the business of helping business owners to get the cash flows that they need. We have a program now that we just rolled out a couple of months ago it's working very successfully, where a business owner can apply online and get same day approval for up to $25,000 that as long as it's done before 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, they can get approved and funded that day into their business checking account. And for business owners who are looking to receive more than $25,000, we can fund up to $2 million. This is a little bit slightly longer process. It takes up to about 5 business days, but still that's very fast when you consider the world of what it takes in order to get funding. This is all done online. You can do it even simply from your mobile phone in terms of that. So again, me as a business owner, I run a few businesses currently. I am passionate about business ownership. I'm passionate about helping business owners and finding solutions that help us all to not only run our businesses, but to continue to grow them in a meaningful manner. And so that's something that I am very glad to be a part of there. So I could say more, but I'm going to put a semicolon in it for right now. For some more questions.
Because I'm burning for the questions.
I know you're burning for the questions.
First of all,
yes.
Everybody listen to what he's saying. I vetted them, checked them out, and they're legit. Okay. Now, what is the credit score that the minimum credit score that a person needs to have, just, in order to be able to even be one of the qualifiers for this particular loan?
for the 25,000 and up, I'm sorry, for the up to 25,000, 450. You heard me right. You could almost be like in what is it, in credit prison at 450, but you
Right.
can qualify as a business owner for 25,000 up to 2 million, 500. Your credit score could be 500.
Wow.
And you're in the box. You're in the box in terms of qualifying. So again, yes.
Yeah. And there are some other qualifiers, like how much would you have to, I mean, and they go, how much would your business have to be generating for as, profit within what, every 3 months? They go back, what, 3 months? So you explain that to them. What is the amount of money that their business need to be making in order
I'll
to
just
qualify
I'll just be very simplistic. Is for the up to 25,000, you need to have at least 5,000 in sales revenue is documented through your business checking account. No personal checking accounts, PayPal, or any other accounts will be accepted as a documentation of what your monthly revenues are. You need to be in business at least 6 months for up to 25,000. The huge thing here is there's no collateral requirements. This is known as a revenue-based advance, and what that basically means is two things. And you asked a good question before we actually went live. Revenue-based is we're not looking for you to put up certain collateral like real estate or some other asset. We're just saying, what is your monthly revenues? If they have to be at a bare minimum, at least 5,000 per month, as documented through the account. As long as you got that, you're in very good shoes in order to be able to receive funding. Our funding ranges at a bare minimum $2,500, $2,500 goes up to $25,000 in that first bracket. So you do have that. With this is known as an advance. Basically, it's not a loan. It's an advance, meaning that as you access it, you pay it back. The great thing is that we have a feature that you can, as long as you show that you're paying it back consistently, we will automatically advance you more. So you have an opportunity. Let's say, for example, that, oh man, I was only approved for 5,000. Don't sweat that. You know what? Use the 5,000, pay that back. You don't have to pay the whole thing back. Just make payments as you're scheduled to do. Everyone has their own schedule of payments to make. Once, as you pay that back and demonstrate your consistency, you make our lenders feel more secure with you, and they will all of a sudden increase your line, constantly increasing your line. So even if you don't receive $25,000 today, don't let that discourage you. You have the opportunity, just by being consistent and deliberate with your payment, to increase that amount in a relatively short period of time.
Yes, because if you get 5,000, that 5,000 can go into helping your business grow.
Absolutely.
You reach biz strategist Sandy, and she'll help you grow it.
There you go.
And you will be able to get more funding in the future.
There you go.
There's
in the near future. In the
near future, quickly. And I asked them earlier, was there any penalty for paying the loan off early and things like that? No. It's not. So you can elaborate a little bit more on, like some of the other benefits, because you were on a roll before we started this. That's why I want to go ahead and
I'll keep rolling on for a little bit here.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I can interject if I have a question.
Please do. Sometimes I get so fired up about these amazing programs that there you go.
We should want to deal with someone that's passionate about what they do, because they're consistent with it.
Exactly.
Like I have people tell me all the time, you still hanging in there with your business? Yeah.
This
is what I'm supposed to be doing, and I love doing it. I love helping others. Yeah, others.
There you go, and it shows. It shows.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Again, just to highlight real quickly, up to 25,000. We offer 25 to 2 million. We also offer what's known as a consumer credit. What is that? This speaks again to the business owner. I gave the example of a consultant. They have their business, they have services, they charge a fee, and they they have a potential client who says, hey, you know what, I'd love to use your consulting services, but I just don't have the money in my checking account. I don't have that money available. I don't have the 5,000 or whatever it is that would cost for me to use your services. The consultant through us can now say, no problem. I have financing available. I have consumer financing available for the business owner, which basically means that you can put in place for your business a finance plan that allows that customer now to have an option in terms of how they pay for your services. What that does for you as a business owner is you put a smile on the customer's face because they want your services. They can now afford them. They now have a means to afford them through a payment plan, using the consumer credit. The consumer credit that we offer is available to substantially all credit types. So even if your credit is not great, you still have an opportunity potentially through that particular business. This business covers all kinds of businesses.
Yes.
Plastic surgeons, you want to get that liposuction done. So medical offices, veterinarians, your poor beloved cat has to have a procedure and it's going to cost a couple $1,000s. You don't have it personally, but you, the business owner, being the veterinarian, can offer consumer credit and say, well, okay, well, fine. I know this is an emergency. You can't find the money now. Why don't we set up a payment plan through our financing that will allow you to do that? We help business owners and consumers to move forward. We help the business owner because now, instead of losing that customer, that client, now they can retain them because they can offer them a means to pay for their services.
And
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm saying, and this is what I'll be offering when I start the beauty school.
There you go. Exactly.
What I'll be using.
Exactly, Sandy. You now will retain so many more people who want to come to your schools. And there's so many success stories that can come out of this. People just needed an option that was available to them, maybe when they didn't have the cash or they didn't have the credit on their side. Their credit cards either tap or they just didn't have it. You now can say, I have a payment plan that you can finance in order to do that. To you, the business owner, again, you're growing your business. You're not losing potential clients. You're adding potential clients because you give them a way to pay for your services.
And even with even with my coaching programs too, as well.
With your coaching programs, absolutely, absolutely. You allow for that to happen. For you, the business owner, not only does that allow you to continue to generate higher revenues because any paying customer, even if it's on finance, is money in your bank account, money in your business. You also get to make residual income off of the payments that people make. That's something we can get more into detail on a case-by-case basis. Again, that's residual income, passive income that you could make without almost really doing anything because you've already set up a system. The thing I also like to highlight is all credit management, meaning payments of the installments is handled through a finance company that we would partner under your business. You would have a website as a business owner that would allow you to have this financing company would be branded based on your business. And what would happen is you're not going to be involved in debt collections if people can't pay or won't pay or whatever. So you just install it and you just let it run. That's all you need to do. You don't have to worry about keeping up with payments, who's paying, who's not paying. Our company handles all of that for you. So that's something that you don't have to worry about.
And let me interject right there too.
Please.
This is why it's so important, people, to have your business structurally set up correctly. We talked about Orlando mentioned earlier, there's no sole proprietor, right? There's not the sole proprietor thing.
We recently changed for the up to 25,000 where you can be a sole proprietor. It works to your advantage to have an LLC or to be a corp of some sort. Above 25,000, you can be a sole proprietor. In other words, a sole prop and or corp, LLC or whatever. When we just recently changed that on the amounts 25,000 and lower, that you could be a sole proprietor. We had a lot of business owners who, and many business owners are sole proprietors. They just like, look, I'm using my social security number and I'm using my, I'm using my social security number as my tax ID. Now, through your coaching services, Sandy, you would advise a business owner to take a better advantage of their structure of their business. Get an EIN, an employer identification number, separate your income stream so that you could manage your tax payments and things like that. In other words, you can separate, the tax payments, the revenues that you make from your business in terms of income from your own personal income. You also have legal liability that you can separate yourself from your based on how your corporation is set up, LLC or whatever, from your own personal self. So that's something that you know are definitely more of the specialists in and advising clients on. It works better, but we do enable sole props at this point to still be considered for the up to 25,000 amount and beyond.
Right. Yes. Yes. And also, and if they want to know more, go get my legit biz blueprint. Click my link in the bio, wherever you are. Just get that information. It's free. I have it for you. I laid it all out, even from your LLC, your DUNS number, and your EIN number. Just yesterday, I was speaking with Dell Computer because I'm, working on trying to invest in me a laptop. So anyway, they asked me, one of the questions they asked, what is your DUNS number? A lot of people don't even have one. So, that qualified, that set me in a different category and, for the approval. So anyway, that's another conversation for another day. But Orlando is telling you all of this. If you're going to get commercial credit for your business, all I'm saying to you is have your business structurally set up correctly. So where you can have if you don't have this, your possibilities of getting turned down for this loan, I think might be a little bit greater. I don't care what, people want to see that you mean business in your business. Correct? Am I right?
You're right on, Sandy. You're right on.
You've been in the financial industry for a long time. You may have, what if you have $2 million in a personal checking account and you talking about you a sole proprietor? People will look at you a little strange because saying, why is this person with $2 million and having a personal checking account? You know what I'm saying? And then you're talking about business. It just doesn't equate to logical thinking and logical professionalism, professional business for business future doing business on a different level, on a different scale. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, but go ahead. Yeah,
that's cool. That's cool. Yeah. We're also, and I'm happy to say that Sandy's partnered with me as an independent agent with with the company. One of my businesses, David Allen Capital, and what we are also doing is this period that we're all in, we're kind of either moving through COVID or still have versions of it to still yet experience, is known as the Great Resignation period. And what does that mean? As many of you probably know, a lot of people have, because of when COVID hit back in 2000, it forced businesses to substantially close and people had to work from home, or if they were able to work at all, they were home. Now businesses are opening up more. Employers are now there's some employers that are beginning to ask employees to return, and employees are like, wait a minute. I've been working from home. Hopefully I was paid, but I was working from home. The internet worked. I got my work done, and I didn't have to trip over people in the morning to get out the house, to get in the car or get on the bus or get on the subway to travel for 45 minutes or an hour or longer with people I don't know and don't feel comfortable around, just to go to an office or a job, try to find a parking space on the parking lot, pay monthly parking fees to park on the job, to go into an office where I'm tired of the politics. I'm tired of the lack of appreciation. And I don't know if I can do this anymore. There are people, there have been articles that have come out recently about this phenomenon, the Great Resignation, the Great Resignation, where people after this year have decided that it's time to change their life, and they're willing to say, if that means I have to make less pay while I figure out what my income earning options are, I will do that because I now have a new life. I have better balance. I'm not out running around early in the morning to get to work and then coming back late in the evening. I'm saying all that to say is our business right now, because we're here to help over 80% of the business owners in America. We need more feet on the ground. We need more independent agents to join our movement. If you wanted to have an opportunity to work from home, work from your computer. Now look at this. I'm in Portugal. I'm in Europe. And I'm working from my computer, from my internet to serve people here. So that means that this business is portable. We're known as digital nomads. Wherever we find a place, we just go and we can work. or whatever. Then what we're looking for is to bring other people who have the following. Number one, they have a desire to change their life, meaning that they want to get out, they want to help people, they want to do something larger than themselves. I feel that what I'm doing, what Sandy's doing, and Sandy who's partnering with me, is we're doing something larger than ourselves. We're here to help support business owners, help to support the survival and thriving of business owners. When I was in commercial lending, PPP loan was the big deal at the time. We later found out that that was more harassment and confusion than what it is that we offer through David Allen Capital, a very simple process of significantly paying less process that we're offering. But going back to what I was really trying to elaborate on is we're looking for agents. To be a part of our business is totally free. And I know that doesn't make any sense, but if you want to have more information, Sandy can send you her website. It's free in the sense of typically when you join a company, an opportunity, business opportunity, you have to pay a fee, an enrollment fee, and then you have to pay a website fee, and then you may have to buy a certain amount of products and things of that nature. Here, we don't have any of that. We don't ask people to buy things. We give money to businesses to help them survive and thrive. That's a mind shift. That's something significantly different. So all you need to do is if you decide to join our movement, it's totally free. There's no surprises, no gotchas. And the last thing, in 5 minutes, you can go to Sandy's website. You can sign up to be an independent agent. You do not have to be licensed. You do not have to have special qualifications. We offer tremendous training to people. The real commitment that you have to make is that you have to decide that you want to improve. We'll give you the resources. You have to decide that you want to help business owners. We'll give you. Well, you have millions of business owners who are waiting to hear from you. Probably people that you know. You have to decide that now is the time to start changing your life. You can do this part-time. Let's say you're already working. You can do this part-time. If you have another business, you can side hustle this on the side. There's no one looking over you like a franchisee. I owned a franchise. We had an area director. If you own a McDonald's, not only do you have to pay a significant amount of money to own the franchise of McDonald's, you have a manager, an area director is going to ask you how many hamburgers did you sell today? How many hamburgers did you sell this month? And if you're not moving the production the way they have designed their model, you could face some problem even as a business owner, franchise business owner. We don't have any of that there. It is your business to run it however you wish to do it, but you're not alone. You have team members, you have myself, you have Sandy, you have other team members of various levels of experience, various levels of backgrounds who are here to support you. So there is no pressure to do anything. Again, there's no cost. It's free, FREE. And to do that, the opportunity for you is to help business owners and to be compensated handsomely for doing something extraordinary. So we are looking to bring in people who want to improve their lives, help business owners, and also create income for themselves, create both regular income and this commission income. Let me be clear. No one's paying you a check. You basically earn your check by helping business owners, but create residual income. Residual income is passive income. You do this well enough, you build, you invite other people to join you if you wish. There's no requirements that you have to. Then as a result of that collective effort, you get to create passive income streams to do this, again, for free. This is a vehicle that you can enter for free and have the opportunity to really create the kind of income in life that you choose to do based on your willingness to put in the initial work in order to build it. It's something to build. You build it once, and it could pretty much run on itself, and you could have the lifestyle that you want. So.
And I thought it was a great opportunity for me to get involved in because it complements my business already.
Absolutely.
It complements what I'm already doing. So
absolutely,
that is definitely just another division and another partner that my business can partner with, because everybody in business should be partnering with someone else besides themselves.
Absolutely.
Amazon, Jeff Bezos, he partnered with millions of people, and look at his, look at the return. It's significant. Yeah.
It's to the moon. Being what is it? Kind of making making a joke. Because I think we all know that Jeff Bezos, I think he's blasted off. I'm not too much into the news, but I think he's already blasted off to the moon. But his profits are beyond the moon. So let's put it that way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, he's on his way, right? He's on
Well,
his way.
he's beyond on his way. And
Yeah.
you know, the great model of Amazon is it's a distribution system. If you can create a distribution system, Jeff Bezos makes money whether he's out in space for 2 years right now. He doesn't
Exactly.
have to if he
Exactly.
doesn't have to do another thing.
And that's
Yeah.
why he resigned, because nobody could never figure out why is he resigning. Yeah, he knew what he was getting ready to do.
He knew what he was doing. He was going to space. He wanted to do
Yeah.
something different. Put somebody that he believed could run his company for
Right.
him and let that do it. And that's the great thing.
Yeah.
The great thing about our business here is that you can build it to such a point that you can create what's known as legacy income. In other words, you can will it to your loved ones. You know, you built a business, it creates now residual income. You can give it to your children or your church or your whatever organization. So in addition to having life insurance, your business is an asset as well. You can sell it one day. You can say, hey, I don't want to do this. I don't want to have anything to do with this anymore. You can sell it and someone would probably offer you a business. So you're creating an asset by doing this. You're helping business owners, but you're creating an asset for yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I think and I think that is definitely something to put in your portfolio, right?
You better believe it. That's correct.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, I think those were pretty much all of the basic questions we had. And if anybody listening to this have a question, please put it in the comments. Orlando will definitely see it as well, because I'll be tagging him in this episode. And we really want you to take everything he said. Like I said, I hope you were taking notes. And I hope that you understood. If you did understand what he was saying, please reach out to him or myself rather, and we'll go from there to help you kind of better understand the business opportunity side of everything. So, anything, let's leave us with some other lasting thoughts about, what you want us to know about.
Lasting thoughts is number one, if anybody wants to reach out to me directly, email is the best way to do that. My email address is Orlando. It's ORLANDO 2063 @gmail.com. You can email me and I'm happy to answer your questions, as you request. Also, you can connect with me through Sandy. Again, I am currently out of the country. I do, as we're doing now, schedule Zoom meetings. That's another way for us to communicate and chat. But certainly between myself, email, Zoom chat, and connecting through Sandy, we can all, you can connect to me. So that's something I can do.
Exactly.
The only thing I want to say, just really in closing, Sandy, is thank you very much for having me on your show. My passion every day is how can I serve and how can I serve effectively? I think by being able to have the opportunity to communicate to your community information that hopefully does the following things, hopefully inspires them to take action, motivates them to take action and change their life, become educated on ways that they can take action that allow them to do the kind of things that they want to do, build better financial security, have more lifestyle freedom, not have to depend on a job or 3 or 4 jobs or whatever. Then, I'm not saying quit your job. If you have one, realize that you don't have to hang on to it with clinging by your nails. Do what you need to do, but realize that you can build a business on the side and allow that to liberate you from that job. So you do have that ability. Make sure that you build, whatever you do, build passive income. Wealth is created, a sustenance of financial security is built by building residual income. Again, our business is allowing people to come in and build a system over time that will allow them to create residual income, passive income. You don't have to show up every day to get it. It's coming to you instead. The other thing I would say is business owners, you're loved, believe it or not, you're respected. And our goal is, with the company I'm with, David Allen Capital, is to help business owners to realize that they have a place that they can get the capital that they need in order to help them survive if need be, make payroll. They're short on money and they got to make payroll, take care of that equipment that failed, that is essential to the revenue, expand their situation. We have a situation where there was a lady who had a restaurant, and she said, "Look, the customers are banging at my door, but I don't have enough seating capacity, so I need money from you guys so that I can expand my restaurant." And she said, "Hey, thank God for this, because by having this money, I can now expand my restaurant. I can pay this back relatively quickly because I can make more money now." So that's the key. We're helping business owners to find ways, to fund ways, better still, to grow their businesses, and to flourish. And
Yes.
so I encourage you to certainly follow with Sandy, follow with myself with any questions, and most importantly, take action. Take
Yes.
action, because that's going to be the change factor for all of us in terms of where we are, who we are today, and where we're going to go in the near future.
Exactly. Yes. Yes. And that was well said, well put. And thank you for that
Thank you.
example that you mentioned about the business owner with
Yes.
her expansion, because and then as you were saying that, I do want everyone to know is this is why you have to know so much about your business, about business itself. And like I said, that's what I'm here for. And Orlando is here to take you to the 2.0 version. And that is when you need when you need funding, and when you need money to grow your business. And he's that person to educate you on that as well. And like you said, always you can reach out to me too as well. And because I'm connected with them, partnered with them in this accelerating opportunity to just scale your business. Everybody talk about 10x. This is your
Yes.
opportunity to 10x
Absolutely.
your
Absolutely.
business
And your life. And your life.
and your life. Yes. So okay. Thanks, Orlando, once again. And we're going to end the show. And
Okay.
all righty. Thank you so much. And we will see you next time. And then hopefully in the future, we may even have another maybe a private information, anything coming up that you may need us to know later. We may even invite people, but stay connected with us, so you can learn all that you need to know about just getting out there. All of us need to own a business, whether you have a 9 to 5 or not. We need a business. Okay.
I'll say this quick point here, Sandy. For those who are familiar with Robert Kiyosaki, the cash flow quadrant,
Yes.
95% of the people who are employees or business owners control less than 5% of the wealth in the country. And that's what's considered, if you're familiar with the cash flow quadrant, the left side of the quadrant, the employee and the business owner. What we do through our business, and what I do, and I'm passionate through this business and some other businesses that I work that I'm a partnered in, is I help move people to what's known as the right side. That is the side where I'm sorry, let me correct myself. On the left side, you're either an employee or you're a self-employed. Self-employeds are doctors, for example, lawyers who have their own practice or whatever. Then those are self-employed. We move people, and thank you, Sandy. Sandy's very, very smart. We move people. Our goal is to move people to the side where 5% of the people in the country control 95% of the assets, the resources. Why? Because they're either a successful business owner or they have been very successful in investing. Yes. Our goal is to help you to move to the right side, because in this world that we live in now, it's going to help. And this is moving to the right side and creating wealth is not about being flashy and things like that. It's about financial security. It's making sure that in the uncertain world that we live in, that we will continue to live in, that regardless of what happens, you have the assets to protect yourself and your family, and you can do it intergenerationally.
Yes.
So we need to put that big idea in people's heads to really, think about that and make sure that definitely is put into action today, right now.
Exactly. Investing in business, that's on the right side of that quadrant. Yeah.
Exactly. Again, representing those those 5% of the people that control 95% of the wealth and resources. And one other thing I'll mention real quick is that the tax code, the IRS tax code has been designed by business owners through Congress and other things to benefit business ownership. Yes. If you want to keep more of the money that you make, you have to own a business, because there are legal deductions. I'm not an accountant and I'm not giving tax advice here, but the business owners basically have the opportunity to have certain opportunities through, owning a business, through the tax code, that an employee doesn't get the chance to have.
Exactly.
Again, your own situation could vary. Speak with your CPA, speak with your tax professional about your particular situation. But I want to just give general information that as a business owner, you get to keep more of what it is you make than you would as an employee.
Right. Exactly. Yes. So, yeah. With that being said, just make sure that you etch that in your mind, what he just said.
Exactly. There you go. Absolutely.
Yeah. All righty. See y'all later. Thanks so much for being here. And thanks for those that listen to this in its entirety. Thank you so much for allowing us to have just less than 1 hour of your time, less than 60 minutes of your time that can change your life for generations to come. Seriously. Yeah. All righty. Talk to y'all soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everyone.